10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium, here located in Coffeyville, home of the Red Ravens of Coffeyville and the Coffeyville Golden Tornado. Well, for tonight, it's the Chanute Blue Comets at 4-2, getting set to take on the Field Kinley Golden Tornado at 3-3. Zoe Lopez on play-by-play, sending a special hello out to Mike Sutcliffe, listening back at home. Hope to have you back here soon, Mike, as we gear up for basketball season. But we are in the tail end of the football season, as the Comets and the Field Kinley Golden Tornado can really look at themselves at 0-0. It hasn't mattered who they faced. It doesn't matter what the scoring has been, what the defense has held, because you can be 6-0 and not make the playoffs and be 0-6 and clinch a spot into playoffs. It all matters how you respond here today. And for the Chanute Blue Comets, they are looking for their first trip to the playoffs since Coach Shields has taken over this program, and they're going to have a tough task ahead of them. This is a very tough district for them, as they have tonight's Golden Tornado team. Then they have the Labette County Grizzlies, who are just coming off a big loss against Frontenac last week and have a tough Independence team. And oh yeah, by the way, you still have Independence to face off with. So especially with their running tandem that they have, this is going to be a very tough district here tonight. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Chanute Blue Comet Football.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back here on 1460 AM, KKOI.com. Again, you can not only listen on the AM side for tonight's broadcast, but you can also watch it on our YouTube channel. Just search for Chanute Radio, and we have the full stream. We will actually have a full stream of tonight's game up on the YouTube side. We would like to thank all the sponsors for making that possible, as well as the MyTown Media staff for getting us the proper equipment to fully broadcast this. Hope that you are enjoying the video broadcast, and again, just a glimpse of some of the many more features to come for our listeners here this evening. So here we are again, the Chanute Blue Comets. They will be dressed in their white tops, navy blue bottoms, golden helmets with the navy blue numbering. For the Field Kinley Golden Tornado, they are going to be in their purple tops, purple bottoms, white numbering with the gold outline and the gold helmets here tonight. So what do you need to know about the Field Kinley Golden Tornado? Well, what you need to know is that this is a very youthful team, but they have a lot of athletic speed out there. In fact, Coach Shields mentioning in some of those passes last week against Parsons, if those are replicated and caught here, there's no one in the secondary, unless they're playing way back deep, that is going to catch them. So it is going to be very imperative that they keep the ball carriers in front of them. That is going to be a very tough task for them, and is going to be perhaps their biggest task here tonight. Now, on the opposite side, this is a Field Kinley team that is young, and they do not have as much size as in years past. So the Chanute Blue Comets, you would have to feel with the running game of Matt DeVoe, might have that slight edge in running it up the gut. So it could very well come down between the Blue Comets on the ground and the Golden NATO through the air. So now the captains are all coming out, getting ready for this matchup here. So now the captains meeting at midfield. And the coin toss getting ready at midfield to be called, with Chanute being the visitors. They'll get the opportunity to call it. Corbett Kimberlin, also noteworthy addition here for the Chanute Blue Comets, as Kimberlin back into the lineup after missing Parsons' game with the broken thumb. In fact, as you watch on the YouTube page, you can see where he has his left hand, his left thumb, heavily bandaged. And Coach Shields said that they will keep him to just the defensive side of the ball. So the Blue Comets, they have lost the coin toss. Coffeyville won. They elect to defer to the second half. And so Coffeyville will kick to Chanute, and Chanute will receive. Chanute will be receiving on the left of your radio. Coffeyville kicking from right to left. Glad to have you here on our broadcast here, wherever you may be listening or watching here this evening. We're in for a great ball game, and the key for this quarter here, really, for Chanute, is to set the tone. They absolutely must set the tone here this evening. They cannot afford to fall back early. If they can jump out to an early lead or keep it at a 0-0 tie, keep it at a ball game, close ball game in that manner, then this is I think the game plan for Chanute. But if you fall back behind early, 14-0 in that first quarter, it is could make for a very long night this evening. So Coffeyville, in their last huddle, getting set to break their huddle. Chanute will drop back too deep. On the near side for Chanute is Andoyo. And over on the far side, it appears to be Matt DeVoe. So Coffeyville breaking their huddle. Getting set for our kickoff. The Blue Comets and the Golden Tornado of Coffeyville get settled in. This is an SEK League matchup here on this Friday Night Football week number 7. The march to the playoffs is underway. The kick is back, and it'll go over to the far side, fielded at around the 11, up to the 15, 20, cut inside and cut down up to the 24-yard line, and that is where the Chanute Blue Comets will begin their drive. On the stop for the Golden NATO was Austin Bertree, and the Blue Comets had Matt DeVoe on the return. So here we go, 1st and 10 for Chanute. They're going to spread it out. Shotgun set is Bowman. DeVoe behind him, now to his left. 2 receivers near right, 1 far left. Man in motion, now will jet backwards. Handoff to DeVoe, and he is immediately gobbled up by the line of Coffeyville. Not much going there on that up front. Loss of 2, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 12 for the Chanute Blue Comets. Quickly breaking huddle, and really not even much of a huddle. So we saw last week against Parsons, Chanute electing to go out to their spread. 1 receiver near right, 2 far left, so flipping the formation. DeVoe behind Bowman. DeVoe goes to the left of Bowman. Bowman hikes it, and will be a swinging gate pass over to the far side, and squeezes out on the sideline, pushed out of bounds at around the 30. A nice, healthy 7-yard pickup by the wide receiver. That was Matt Hernandez hauling in the pass. And the Comets now turn it from 2nd and long to 3rd and manageable, thanks in part to that toss and catch from Bowman to Hernandez. That was perhaps the best first throw by Bowman that we've seen in quite a few weeks. We've seen him get over anxious, where he's tossing it up over or underneath, or even throwing it too short of his receiver. So for him to hit him in stride right on the chest, that was a great first throw by Bowman. 3rd down, now swing over to the near side. It is going to be a handoff to the Blue Comets. Corbett Kimberlin, no, scratch that. Make that actually Andrew Andoyo. Andoyo picks up maybe 2, and it immediately brings up 4th down for the Chanute Blue Comets. After losing those 2 on the first play, end up being a big loss, as that's the difference in this 4th down. 4th down and 2 from the 33. 1 minute into this ball game, Comets will send DeVoe to punt, and the Speedsters are back for Coffeyville. Now good snap, the punt on its way, and it's angled here towards the near sideline up to around the 50. Will bounce back into Blue Comet territory, and that's where the Coffeyville Golden Tornado will take over in Blue Comet territory as DeVoe was trying to angle it away from the speedsters of Coffeyville. That is where Coffeyville has their strongest strength in this team is the speed. And that time, the ball just took an unlucky bounce for the Blue Comet. So it'll be 1st and 10, Coffeyville at the Blue Comet, 48-yard line on the near left hash mark. Spread offense, triplets on the near or on the far right side. 2 receivers spread out, one on the near left, one on the extreme far right. Dropping back, and the ball's loose. It is on the field, and now swinging backwards. The receiver catches it in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 2. C.J. Kelly, the 6'1" sophomore quarterback, couldn't handle the throw, and he was able to get it off to Victor Herring, 5'10" sophomore, out on the far side, and saved it from being a turnover. Now, 2nd down and 12 with 10:26 left to go. Kelly with it, swing gate over to the near left side, big open field, and the wide receiver just fell over his own shoelace. Jake Logan caught the ball here on the near side, and he just fell down. And he actually had another 5 yards in front of him before any contact was going to be made. And it brings up now 3rd down and 9 from the 46-yard line for the Golden Tornado. Kelly, shotgun, one running back to his right, 3 receivers out, spread far right. Kelly will take it, flip it around, in around reverse, and great open field tackle there in the backfield. Ball carrier was stopped, and that was thanks in part to the Chanute Blue Comets. Jake Kleins had scouted that pitch to Jalen Logan, and he stayed at home, and it's a loss of 5 back to midfield, and the Golden Tornado look like they're about to punt. Credit to Jake Kleins with a 1st down saving tackle, and it's a loss on the play. High snap, brought down, punted away, beautiful punt. This one's going to go over towards the 10-yard line. Oh, wow. A fantastic kick by the Golden Tornado pinned the Chanute Blue Comets back deep. 9:21 left to go in the first quarter, and both teams with a 3-and-out to start this game. Week 7 district action between the Comets and the Golden Tornado out of the SCK League. Both teams out of contention for the league title. So now it's all about the playoffs. Comets put Bowman at shotgun, 1 receiver far left, 2 receivers near right. Bowman make that DeVoe behind Bowman. Now goes to the right. Man in motion from the slot side, goes over to the left, and it will be a handoff to DeVoe. Bounces off the tackle, falls forward up to the 10, where he'll pick up a yard for the running. A lot of sideways running for only 1 yard. Now the Comets, again, no huddle. Back up to the line of scrimmage. Bowman working with a tight bunch formation. Now it'll be a handoff to DeVoe. Goes on the outside, cuts back in, stays up, continues to push forward, and he gets it up to around the 12-yard line. Pickup of 3, but it brings up 3rd down and 6 for Chanute with 8:30 left, no score. Here in the opening quarter, great run by DeVoe, and he's going to need to do that all night. He's just going to have to continuously wear down that front line. You know that they're going to give him a good push up front in the first quarter, but he's just going to have to continue to grind it out as the game goes on if he wants to give his team a chance. 3rd down and 6 from the 12 of Chanute. Comets with it. Shotgun. Dropping back is Bowman. Has a man right up the gut. Over to the near side. Pass complete. 1st down and then some. Up to the 20. Up to the 24-yard line, where it'll be a 1st down for Chanute. Pass completed to Matt DeVoe in the open field on the near right side. And the Comets move the chains, get their 1st down of the night, and they get it that much closer to Field Kinley Tornado territory. Comets quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Bowman, shotgun, 3 receivers far left. DeVoe to his left. Going to overload that far side. Bowman looks, passes, has a man wide open, but it was batted down by the front line of Coffeyville. Pass was intended for Lane Harvey. Good read by Bowman, but an even better block by the defensive lineman to get his big paw up there and knock it down. 7:51 to go, 2nd down and 10, no score from Veterans Memorial Stadium between the Chanute Blue Comets and the Coffeyville Golden Tornado. 3 receivers far left, 1 near right, 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. DeVoe to the right of Bowman, and DeVoe will get the pitch over on the near side, 25-30, pushing through is DeVoe and falls forward to the 34. He will pick up a 1st down depending on the spot of the ball. The near official says he has it at the 33 and a half. He needed to get it past the 33 and a quarter. From up here, it looks like he has enough for the 1st down. And it is. White Hat says 1st down for Chanute, and the chain gang will get to moving. Great run by DeVoe, able to use a crease, able to use that blocking up front. Comets looking over to the far left sideline, looking to Coach Shields to see what the play is. Now play clock starts. Coming in late is Andoyo with the play. 1 receiver near right, 1 far left. 1 tight end set. They're going to overload the near left side with some blocking. Bowman gets it off to DeVoe, and DeVoe immediately swallowed up on the blitz as Coffeyville brought the house right up the gut. They knew what was coming, and they overloaded with 8 men, and about all 8 of them, at least 6 of the 8, touched DeVoe on that tackle. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 11. That offensive line was almost caught by surprise to see that many purple jerseys coming right at them. 7:11 left to go. 1st quarter, no score. Comets with their 2nd drive after their 1st one went 3 and out. 2 receivers near right, 1 far left. Bowman, empty back set, will roll out, and we have a penalty down, perhaps a delay of game. It is, yes, delay of game called against Chanute. And so that'll back them up to 2nd down and 16. Well, in that first few games for the Blue Comets, penalties was a big problem. Then the last few weeks, they were able to clean it up. First penalty of the night for Chanute. And now we have a meeting. Let's see, I believe Coach Shields is electing to use a timeout. I think that's what the officials are conferring, is whether or not to let the Comets take a timeout and save him the 5-yard penalty, or say no, he has to take the penalty. But then again, I'm really bad at lip reading, and I can't do that from up here. So now the officials will go back to the coaches and explain the situation to both of them. They're not moving the ball. They still have it marked off 5 yards. And it will be. It'll be a penalty waived off. Chanute will use a timeout, their first timeout of the ball game. We'll take it with them. It is a 30-second timeout. 2nd down and 11. 6:58 left to go here in the 1st quarter. No score. Chanute driving back in 30 seconds. This is Chanute Blue Comet football on 1460 AM and KKOY.com.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back here on 1460 AM, KKOY.com, as the Chanute Blue Comets using a timeout, their first of the first half. No score here in this district action. Let's pop up and see if we can't get some other scores from area games already underway. Bonner Springs leading Pittsburgh 7-0. Also, Lewisburg with the extra point failing over Fort Scott 6-0. Back here in Coffeyville, it's second down and 11. Handoff to Andoyo, trying to spread out the side. He hits the corner and gets to the second level before being leveled at the 40-yard line. It was a jet sweep, and it'll be third down, and let's call it 4 from up here. Great timeout by the Comets. Preserves those 5 yards from that penalty. And now makes it third down and manageable. Comets have had some success with running that jet sweep and hitting the corner. Empty backfield for Bowman. 3 receivers far left, 2 near right. High snap, and it'll be Bowman keeping it for himself, stretches forward. It's a 7-yard pickup and enough for another Chanute Blue Comet first down. Great effort there by Bowman, but also a scary situation because as he went forward, if you watched on the YouTube page, you saw him stick his arm out, could have easily had the ball punched free. He was trying to lunge for that first down. He had it. I was just trying to make sure he got that extra little oomph, and that's what you like about the young freshman Bowman, that sort of grittiness that he's going to give you all he can and then some. First and 10. It'll be DeVoe wrapped up into the backfield. Ball came loose, and they're going to say he was down. Are they going to say he was down? Yes, down before the ball came out. No, they are going to reverse it, and it will be Coffeyville ball. It looked like DeVoe had been thrown to the ground first, and the ground caused the fumble, but the Coffeyville defense able to jump back on the loose ball, and they will be awarded it. So after a great drive, 5:52 left, no score. Chanute, first turnover of the night. Coffeyville with their second drive. 2 receivers near left, 2 far right. And it will be a handoff, and cut right at the knees was the ball carrier. Hunter Mason, the ball carrier. Pickup of 3, second down and 7 at the Chanute 41. Both drives for Coffeyville tonight have begun in the Chanute territory. Now quick pitch over to the far side. Speetzer trying to turn the corner. He gets there, stays in bounds, pushed out of bounds by the Comets, saving the touchdown for the Comets was Corbett Kimberlin. And that was Jalen Logan with the wheels on the outside corner, kind of the same play that has hurt or anchored Chanute here tonight. Coffeyville uses to their advantage. Quarterback Kelly, shotgun. 2 receivers far right, 1 near left. Same formation as Chanute runs. It'll be a handoff, goes on the outside corner, high steps, moves out of the tackle. It'll be a pickup of 10. And inside the 10-yard line, the Golden Tornado go. And just like that, the Golden Tornado back up to the line very quickly. Trying to pick up the first points of the ball game. Shotgun set is Kelly. He will hand it off, tries to go on that outside edge, off the tackle. And it'll be a pickup of a couple, about 2 yards, let's call it. Second down and goal to go from the 7. And Coffeyville playing up-tempo, trying to get points off the turnover. No score. And now Kelly will roll out. He's chased out of the pocket. He will flip it up, and it is caught. Touchdown, Coffeyville. Kelly connects with... Well, trying to figure out who... Chandler Mason was the recipient. And now the Coffeyville Golden Tornado jump out to a 6-0 lead. Extra point pending. It is up, and it is good. And just like that, the Coffeyville Tornado take the turnover, turn it into points, and they have a 7-0 lead. Back in 1 minute for the kickoff. When we come back, this is Chanute Blue Comet football on 1460 AM and KKOI.com.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Andrew Ndoyo with the big kickoff return. He was one tackle away from bringing it to the house and close to tying it up. Brought down at around the 41-yard line. So the Comets, good news, had a drive sustaining. The bad news, Coffeyville was able to take that turnover and turn it into 7 points on the board. So 1st and 10 from the 41. Let's see how the Comets respond. Now it'll be a handoff. DeVoe goes up the middle, has room to run, continues to push, and he will get to midfield for a pickup of 9. 2nd down and 1. DeVoe getting a good block up front by his lineman, able to follow, started towards the outside, angled back in. That's where he was able to pick up the additional yardage. Now 7-0 lead, Coffeyville, but the Blue Comets at midfield. 2nd down and 1. It'll be Bowman keeping it for himself up to midfield. Pushes off one tackle, goes through 6 tackles, picks up the 1st down, 10-yard pickup, and gets it up to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for Chanute as Bowman squeezes through some arm tackling. And Blue Comets knocking off big chunk of yardage. Boy, we could be in for a high-scoring game. Under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Coffeyville, but the Comets, for the first time tonight, in Coffeyville territory. Ball at the 39-yard line. Bowman running back on each side. And now will be a swinging gate pass over to DeVoe. DeVoe goes up, swings forward, and gets tripped up after a 4-yard pickup and gets it up to the 35-yard line. Where it'll be 2nd down and 6 for Chanute. Comets offensive line getting a good push up front. Again, it's 4 quarters. Just need to wear them out, grind them out. 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 35 of Coffeyville. Bowman, man on each side. Now the left side will go in motion. It's DeVoe. Be a handoff, and they get it up to Eric Munoz, the senior. Pickup of, let's call it close to 4. 3rd down and a long 2. Great job by Munoz to run. Again, keep the feet grinding. If you do that, you're going to this is not a big Coffeyville team. They're not a physical team per se as compared to years past. So Chanute physically matches up well with them, especially on that front line. So if you just keep grinding, you might just slip out of a tackle and get that extra yards after hit. Shotgun, 3rd and 2. It'll be DeVoe, goes up the gut, and he immediately gets stopped. That's about the only way that Coffeyville's going to stop Chanute is they send the whole sink, if they guess correctly, going through the A and B gaps. And that time they blitzed yet again, and it's going to be a loss on the play. 4th down and 3. This is a gray area for Chanute. You can either pin Coffeyville back deep, or you can punt them. Now they're going to go with the tank package. Coffeyville showing that they are going to blitz. They don't have anyone back deep. It is DeVoe back deep. This is a gutsy call here by Coach Shields if he goes for it. Hard snap, and it is DeVoe out to the outside, and he will be, well, let's see. Where is it? I got the far judge. Nope, far judge angled back in. He's not going to have it. It'll be a turnover on downs. It was a great read on that far side. They angled it correctly, but Coffeyville smashed a corner to cut him off and keep him from progressing forward. It'll be a turnover on downs. Great run, great call. Just didn't get that extra little push. St. Paul leading Marmaton Valley 22-0 in the first quarter of that ball game on Hot 105 and hot1055.net. So now Coffeyville, shotgun, and it'll be Kelly. He unleashes, ball's up, picked off on the sideline. Quarterback has it, goes forward, 5, touchdown, Blue Comets. Chanute picked it off, tip drill, pick 6. And the Comets are an extra point away from tying this up. Credit the pick 6 to Mr. Lane Harvey. Read that perfectly, tipped it up, picked it off, and then ran down the sideline for the touchdown. And the Comets now an extra point away with tying it up. 58.6 seconds to go. Ball down. Get a kick on its way. Was it tipped? It was. No good. It was tipped by the front line of Coffeyville, but the Blue Comets get 6 on the board and trail Coffeyville 7-6. Back in 1 minute for the kickoff. This is Chanute Blue Comet football on 1460 AM and on YouTube.com.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Comets with the pick 6, but the extra point partially deflected makes it a 7-6 score. Coffeyville leading Chanute. That can quickly rejuvenate you. This one back. Going to go short up to the 20. And good blocking up front. Turned the angle. Ball almost came loose. There on the return was Jalen Logan. And quickly brought down. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Golden Tornado. Ball spotted at around the 32-yard line. Zol Lopez on the call. Melissa, studio engineer, listening on 1460 AM, KKOI.com, and also on our Chanute Radio YouTube page where you can watch it live streaming. So here we go. 1st and 10. Kelly pitches it out. It is Logan trying to turn the corner. He falls down again. Wow. If I wouldn't have known any better, my 5-year-old tied Logan's shoes. That is the second time that he has taken that sharp angle, and it looks like he's just tripped over his shoelace. And he just falls down. Takes it almost too steep of an angle. Now makes it 2nd down and 12, so the Comets will take that break. Ball at the 30 of Coffeyville. Kelly will keep it himself, try to angle back out. He's got room to run, block on chip on the side, and pushed out of bounds at around the 40. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 2 with 13.4 seconds to go. Good block. It was a legal hit. It wasn't hit from behind. Just chipped him on the side through the blocker off his feet, and now makes it 3rd down and a short 2 at the 40. See if the Comets can get a stop here. Fields Kinley has been able to run the ball on the edges. So here is Kelly, runs it right up the gut. They get the first down and then some up to the 50-yard line as a hard runner by Herring. Victor Herring, the ball carrier, with 6.3 seconds to go. And the Golden Tornado pierced deep into the heart of the defense of Chanute here on the near side. Sticks get set. 6.3 seconds to go. Let's see if Coffeyville tries one more play. Looks like they will. 6 seconds, clock rolling. Kelly calls for it, hands off, and hit into the backfield, spun off, pushes forward, and will pick up extra yardage after the hit, about 7 yards to end the first quarter. First quarter is in the books, and the Blue Comets trail the Golden Tornado of Coffeyville by a score of 7-6. Let's take a 1-minute timeout, switch sides. You're listening to Chanute Blue Comet Football on 1460 AM, KKOI.com, and watching on YouTube with Chanute Radio.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Second quarter, 7-6, Coffeyville, and the ball goes backwards on a throw. It's going to be incomplete and brings up third down and 4 from the 41. 7-6 lead for Coffeyville. Coffeyville scoring first after a turnover on Chanute. And ironic enough, the Blue Comets, after being stalled out on the ensuing play, get a pick six of their own. So both teams scoring off takeaways. So now third down and 4. Kelly will hand it. No, he'll keep it off for himself. Gets into the secondary, sidesteps, continues to sidestep, and not before the Blue Comets finally get to him, but he is in the secondary deep in Comet territory. Ball at the 37-yard line, where it'll be first and 10 for Coffeyville, 11:45. And we mentioned that Coffeyville, they have speed. That is their dangerous point, and that is what has hurt the Blue Comets. They're not being overpowered. They're not able to catch up on the foot race. 7-6. And now a snap and caught. They got the ball carrier and kind of giving some of the same medicine to the Golden Tornado, bringing the house, blitzing from the linebacker spot and pushing the ball carrier back to the 28-yard line, where it'll be second down and 12. Great call on the defensive side. So Kelly will go shotgun. He has 2 receivers far left, 1 near right, 1 man to his left. Comets are going to go with a 3-4 base. Second down and 12. Kelly looks back over, now gets the call. The snap, drops back, quarterback looking, pushed out of the corner, and gets the pass off, and it is complete. High-stepping, breaks the tackles off to the sideline, and it is gone. Touchdown, Coffeyville. Chanute had that stopped, but with the combination of arm tackling and speed, able to break through, and the Golden Tornado now open it up to a 13-6 lead with the extra point pending. See if Chanute can't get a stop here. Ball down, kick up, and it looked like that one's going to sail wide. It gets up through, and it is good. And the Blue Comets trail 14-6 following the Kelly touchdown pass. Back in 1 minute for the kickoff. When we come back, this is Chanute Blue Comet football on 1460 AM.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back here in Coffeyville, where the Golden Tornado looked like they tried for an onside kick, but the Comets able to recover it, and now makes it 1st and 10 from their own 45. Best starting position of the night for Chanute, needing to respond down 14-6 after giving up that reception and pass after the Comets had him stopped on the sideline, but arm tackle able to break through. So let's see if the Comets can respond here. Bowman drops back. He pump fakes, and he heaves it up. Man in motion, trying to leap forward and cannot get it. He had Lane Harvey wide open. Right as soon as he launched it, Harvey broke free and couldn't time that one up. Otherwise, we are talking touchdown with perhaps a 2-point try pending. Great throw by Bowman, and again, the young freshman showcasing his arm strength as a freshman and the potential to come for Chanute in the next 3 years. Now 2nd down and 10, 10:40 to go in the half, 14-6, Coffeyville. Comets with the ball, far right hash. It'll be a handoff to DeVoe. DeVoe gets swallowed up, picks up only a yard, and will bring up 3rd down and 9. Ball up to around the 46, 47-yard line. About what expected it to be for Chanute so far. It's been Coffeyville's speed matched by Chanute's ground game. Coffeyville really hasn't gone to the air deep that much in this ball game. They've continued to try to grind it out on the ground. 3rd down and 9 from the 46. Bowman shotgun has DeVoe back. He's going to look, and play is blown dead. We're going to say false start against the Comets. It is false start, and Chanute will be backed up for the 2nd time. Well, actually, I take that back. 1st time tonight. First penalty did not count as the Comets used their timeout. As you can see on our YouTube page, 2 timeouts remaining for Chanute, 3 for Coffeyville with 9:54 to go. Comets now facing 3rd and 14 back at the 42. 2 receivers far right, 2 near left. Bowman, empty backfield, low snap, picks it up, blitz coming, and he just tosses it away, has a man, completes the pass, and it completed it to a lineman, so it'll be an ineligible man downfield. That's going to be my guess, is ineligible man caught it. The penalty's on the far side of the field, closer to the Chanute bench. Yet all 4 officials are conferring on what exactly the penalty is. My guess, because a lineman did catch it, it was 63 or 53. Dalton Minsner, if that is him. No, nope, it was 63. Can't see the numbers very well from up here. We're all the way to level 5 here in this press box. And they are having a hefty discussion on this, and Coach Shields will come out. He's almost a quarter of the way out on the sideline. Quarter way out on the field, trying to talk his team up. And I think he also wants an explanation as to why his team's getting a penalty. Coach Shields is saying, no, it wasn't. It was tipped. He's arguing that it was tipped, and so therefore his team should not be penalized. Let's see if he can persuade the officials enough to win this. Because Chanute would then get the ball up to the 45 if they win it. Coach Shields continues to signal the tip motion. Either that or he's telling them he wants some grated cheese. Either way, Comets will bring out the punting unit. And it is ineligible man downfield. Called against Chanute. And it'll mark it off 5 yards from the spot of the ball. So really only lose 2 yards. The ball was at the 42. It's back to the 40. Coffeyville will drop 2 back deep. 9:34 after all that discussion. And DeVoe will go back to near the 26 for the punt. Chanute's line spread out. Not bunched up. Now a good snap. Punt on its way. High end over end punt. And this time takes a Chanute bounce and will continue to roll over towards the 18, 17-yard line. And that is where the Golden Tornado will take over the ball. 9:22 left here in the first half. 14-6. Comets trailing. Glad to have you here. Zol Lopez on play-by-play. Studio engineer running the show. Back at the board is Melissa. Baxter and Columbus tied up at 8-8 in that matchup. 9:22, second quarter. Kelly at quarterback for the NATO. It'll be a handoff off to the far side into the secondary. Angling out and has room to run with a blocker in front of him. And he is down on the sideline up to midfield, all the way down to the 45-yard line of Chanute. Jalen Logan, a huge carry from the 14, gets it up to the 46 of Chanute. Close to a 40-yard pickup on that run by Logan. Goodness. And Chanute, once he had that big open hole in the center, there wasn't much that Chanute was going to be able to do with it. Now handoff again, goes on the near side and wrapped up for a 6-yard gain up to the 40-yard line. That time Victor Herring on the carry. So the runners for Coffeyville all doing exactly what the scouting report said they would do, and that is kick it into another gear. 2nd down and 3 from the 40. It'll be a handoff, and continuing to stay up is Herring. Gets the first down, 5-yard pickup up to the 35, and it'll bring up 1st and 10 for Coffeyville. It is homecoming night for the Golden Tornado. Good crowd for Coffeyville, equally as big of a crowd for Chanute, despite the travel. Now 1st down and 10, ball spotted at the 34. High snap, and it will be again Herring on the carry as he gets it into the linebacking core of Chanute. 2nd down. 8 yards is what they're going to call it. 2nd and 2 with 8 to go. And Coffeyville quickly threatening to score, make this a 2-score game. Chanute needs to bring up a stop. Going to go 3-4 on the defense. Kelly, shotgun, one man to his left, two on the far left. And again, pushing the pile. It's going to be a first down. Pickup of close to 5 up to the 21-yard line. 7:47 left. 14-6, Comets trailing. Now, Chanute with some of the players on hands on their hips. They know that they have been at a track meet. First and 10 for Coffeyville. Logan with shotgun, make that Kelly. High snap, brings it down, and keeps it for himself and wrapped up from the backfield, but not before he picks up 2 yards. So C.J. Kelly. Minimal pickup, one of the fewest pickups on this drive for Coffeyville. 7:14 and ticking. Comet defense looking to get a stop. 3 receivers far left, 1 near right. Shotgun. And Kelly hands it off to the far side, and 2 Blue Comets squeeze him. That was Herring on the handoff. Squeeze him for a pickup of 2, and it brings up 3rd down and a long 6. Ball at the 17-yard line. Nato won the coin toss. Elected to defer, so they'll get the ball back at the second half. Shotgun is Kelly. 3rd down and 6, wasting no time. Rolling out, looking downfield. He'll look back over to his left. He's chased out of the pocket, tries to turn the corner, and he will lose darn near 10 yards. Pushed back to the 24-yard line. Boy, if you're that far out, just throw it away. Just toss it away. Kelly, a sophomore, some growing pains there. He had rolled out of the pocket and could have easily just done away with it. So now it is 4th and 14. Ball at the 24-yard line. And now I would imagine the Comet defense goes into prevent mode here. You'll give up 13 yards, but not 14. You'll give them that extra space just in hopes that you can contain them. And now looks like a false start against Coffeyville will back them up an additional 5 with 6:26 to go here in the first half. 14-6 Coffeyville leading, and Coffeyville will elect to use a timeout of their own, and we'll take a timeout with them. 6:26 left to go. First half. Coffeyville leading Chanute by a score of 14-6. Back in 30 seconds. This is Comet Football on 1460 AM and on our YouTube page at KKOY.com.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back here on 1460 AM, KKOY.com, the Chanute Blue Comets. Defense trying to hold on 4th and 19. As you watch on the YouTube page, Coffeyville has to get up to the 11. Ball is at the 29. Kelly rolling out, and he gets, spun out of one tackle, looking downfield, and he will get pushed out of bounds at the 40, and a penalty yard will come in as throwing him out of bounds was Keaton Jansen. Jansen had the quarterback had given himself up, and Jansen followed him and spun him out, and that's what he's going to get called on. It's back at the 40. And this, again, Kelly, the quarterback, was chased out of the pocket. They'll mark off 15 yards due to unnecessary roughness. It'll be the 25-yard line. What I'm trying to determine is whether, Coffeyville will turn the ball over on downs. So Chanute still gets the ball back. Very fortunate because Kelly was so far back that penalty yardage did not hurt them. But instead of having it 1st and 10 from the 40, they're going to take over at the 25-yard line. But you keep Coffeyville, who is driving, off the board, thanks in part to some ill-advised play by the young sophomore quarterback. And now you get a chance here to respond and possibly get on the board before half with 6:18 to go. So here we go. Bowman, low snap, takes it himself, finds crease, and the Coffeyville defense immediately swallows him up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe half a yard pickup. It'll bring up 2nd down. Score update, Neodesha leading Fredonia 7-6. That game in the 2nd quarter. Now 2 receivers out far right, 1 near left. Bowman, 2nd down and 10 at the 25, clock rolling under 6. Now dropping back and looking, passes, wide open, back, and it's picked off. Picked off by the secondary. And Chanute will try to strip the ball, but Bowman just overthrew his intended receiver. And it was C.J. Kelly with the pick. And so redeems himself after a couple of questionable quarterback runs. Was able to pick the ball off and get the ball back in Blue Comet territory with 5:25 to go, and now they could score and get the ball back to start the second half. It'll be a pitch out and trying to find room to run, squeezes through, great blocking by the NATO line, and a pickup of 13 yards up to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 by Coffeyville. First and 10, Coffeyville. Ball at the 20-yard line. Yet again, Golden Tornado looking to cash in on another golden opportunity after the 2nd turnover of the night by Chanute. And immediately wrapped up is Kelly at the shoelaces, tried to go up to the line and wrapped around the ankles, brought down. 5 minutes left, 14-6. Coffeyville leading Chanute. 2nd down and 9.5 to go. Ball at the 19.5-yard line, right in the center portion of the field. 2 receivers near right, 1 far left. Kelly, shotgun, 1 man back deep. Ball's loose. Kelly has to track it down. He does. Throws it off to the near side and evades 1 tackle, spins out. And the ball carrier was Logan, Jalen Logan. Able to take a 8-yard loss and turn it into only a 2-yard loss. Now 3rd down and 11. Ball at the 21, and Coffeyville yet again going in the wrong direction. That time, though, it was a botched snap, and credit the sophomore quarterback for a heads-up play. They will still continue to make something out of the high snap. And now this time, Kelly keeps it over the gut, and it's broken up. And is it picked off? None. I'm still waiting for a signal. Tipped. They're going to say it was tipped and recovered by Chanute. 2nd pick of the night. Chanute with the interception. Did not see who picked it off, but Blue Comets get the ball back. You can go back and watch on YouTube to see who got it. Got a great view of it from up here. Great tip drill, 2nd of the night. First one went for a pick 6. This time gets the Comets back the ball. 3:51 left here in the first half. 14-6. NATO leading Chanute. Bowman, shotgun. Receiver to his left. And now we'll send a man in motion. Snap. And it will go up the gut. And continuing to try to push forward was the ball carrier for Chanute. It looks like it was DeVoe. Now, they do a play here where they send the slot receiver running. They'll sweep him, and as he approaches the quarterback, he'll kind of take a detour behind the quarterback and begin sprinting towards the other side. This time they go with one man back deep. Bowman set, hands off to DeVoe, and DeVoe trying to sprint on that side, but that Coffeyville defense, the line still continues to push. An extra push by the Chanute line went from a 2-yard pickup to close to a first down. Nearside judge says that the Comets have the first down, 3:01 and counting, and the officials will stop the ball or stop the play on the field to bring out the measurements. So here we go. Let's see what the call is by the officials. This should be enough for a first down. And no, they're going to miss it by just the nose of the ball, as you see on YouTube. That short of a first down. Just a mere half a foot. And the Comets will now face 3rd and short, when really they should be facing 3rd and 6, but that extra push by the line got them to be within a half of a foot. Comets have 2 timeouts remaining. They're trailing 14-6. They do not get the ball back to start the second half, but get a score here, make it an interesting ball game. But this is exactly what the Comets needed to do. They needed to keep this game close, and they've done just that. They've so far been able to answer the call. Now they're going to go with their tank package, 3rd and short. Bowman under center, has running back behind him, and quick snap. Bowman will get the first down, it appears. Got the short little yardage that he needed. And the Comets will look to keep the ball with 2:43 left to go. Bowman, 1st and 10. Quarterback pushing the ball. Pittsburgh leading Bonner Springs 13-8. In the second, halftime, Lewisburg all over Fort Scott, 28-0. Ouch. So now 1st and 10, Coffeyville, or Chanute, in their own territory at the 23-yard line. Bowman, shotgun, goes to the right. DeVoe, snap, back. Now pass over to the far side. Oh, and it went right off the hands, wide open. Was the intended recipient. Looks like that was Harvey. He was wide open. It is Harvey. Was wide open, was a hook route. Had about 2 yards separation. He just couldn't hold on to the ball. He was anticipating the hit and wasn't able to hold on to it. And talking with Coach Shields, that's been one of his frustrations in pregame. The team hasn't been holding on to the ball, and usually that carries over to game. And now Bowman keeps it for himself. Started on the outside, cut back in, and pickup of 2 back up to the 25-yard line. 2:15 left. Comets will now be facing a 3rd down and long 8 situation. Bowman's done a spectacular job in throwing the ball here tonight, but has had his receivers have struggled in holding on to the ball. Now, the interception was a bit high from to try to get in. 3 receivers near left, 1 far right. 3rd down and 8 from the 25. And the defense jumps with 1:42. And Chanute will make it now 3rd down and 5 after the encroachment penalty. So give the Comets 5, makes it 3rd down and manageable. Ball at the 30-yard line. Comets looking for a score here before half. either to tie or be down by 1 point, as the extra point attempt the first go-around was no good. DeVoe to the right. Bowman snaps, pitches it out to DeVoe, trying to go that angle corner, gets it, and gets the first down. Picked up 5, needed 3, and the Comets will move the chains. 1st and 10 with 99 seconds left. Thomas on the stop. Comets hustling to the ball. Coffeyville, they do not look gassed. No one having their hands on their hips. Bowman shotgun, DeVoe back deep. 2 receivers near left. DeVoe to his right. Low snap. Bowman pump fake, heaves it up, has the man deep, but overthrown or underthrown. And thankfully no one else in the area. And brings up 2nd down and 10 with the 1:23 left. Score update. St. Paul 38, Marmaton Valley 8 at halftime. May even be surprised that Marmaton Valley even has 8. Now 1:23 here in Coffeyville. Oh, DeVoe moved forward. False start against Chanute. And will drop the Comets back 5 yards. Now makes it 2nd down and 15. They have to get up to around the 45-yard line. Good ball game so far. Back and forth matchup. Turnovers have really been the difference in this ball game. Both teams getting scores off turnovers. Bowman will swing it out to the near side to DeVoe. DeVoe follows a block, picks up the penalty yardage, and gets up to around the 41-yard line. Going to be a pickup of around 11. And now decision time for Chanute. Timeout called by Coach Shields. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Comets have 1 timeout remaining for this half. The NATO with 2. 1:09. Well, so far the difference in the game is the speed of Coffeyville between Jalen Logan, Victor Herring, and CJ Kelly. Those 3 have been on a foot race. I wish I could have put my Fitbit on them because they would have no doubt probably got me the steps that I needed between the 3 of them for the entire week. They've done that much running and they are that quick. And it shows with their 14 points up on the board. And Comets with only 6 coming off the pick 6. And you take away points off turnovers, and this is a 7-0 ball game. So even with those with those turnovers and points off turnovers, this still is a very tight ball game. In fact, this is a much, I think, different ball game than what the KPI had on their website. You punch in the 2 teams, and they predicted it to be a 16-40 decision in favor of Coffeyville. So here we go, 3rd down, and let's see. The defense jumped, and I'm going to say the defense caused the offense to jump from up here. It looked like on that far side of the defense, they crossed the neutral zone, and the right tackle flinched because of it. This should be a 1st down for Chanute. False start. Oh, no. No. That's the wrong call. I got the YouTube page to prove it. That from up here, unless it was from a different side, the right tackle flinched due in part to the defensive line getting into the neutral zone. So the Comets can't catch a break on that one. Now makes it 3rd down and 10 from the 35, so now they got to get 10 yards to get the first down and continue this drive. Bowman rolls out to his right, looking downfield, heaves it up, has it, and it is picked off again at midfield. Yet again, he just threw it up a little high, went through the hands of his intended receiver. It was intended for Matt Hernandez, and there was a golden tornado spying it to take it away. And now with the minute 3, see just how aggressive Coffeyville elects to go here. They do have 2 timeouts remaining, so I would imagine the first few plays will dictate that. Kelly, looking over to the right side, has his man, goes one-on-one, hard stiff arm, and throwing him right out of bounds. Matt DeVoe threw the ball carrier out at the 48-yard line. Second down and 8 from the 48 after the 2-yard pickup. Matt DeVoe with the hard tackle. Now brings up 55 seconds to go. Second down. Great open field tackle. Double stack on the near right and the far left. Kelly. Shotgun, has one man to his right. And now Kelly sees time expire and a timeout called on the field. No, they're going to take the... They're going to use the timeout? Nope, they're going to take the dead ball penalty. So 55.4 seconds left, second down, and 13 after the delay of game penalty. NATO dropped back into their own territory at the 48. NATO, they looked lost out there on offense. 9 seconds on the play clock. Kelly, shotgun, 2 receivers near right, 2 far left, dropping back, and he will push forward, pass complete, and man picks up 3 yards with 46 seconds. And the timeout called by Coffeyville. They will burn one of their 2 remaining. Actually, this is a break for Chanute. They get a stop. Third down and 8 from the 48. And Coffeyville uses their second timeout. And Chanute is able to maintain theirs. Huh. So 14-6. Coffeyville leading here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Coming up at halftime, we'll get a look at scores from around Kansas, especially those in southeast Kansas. Get you a look as to how the district picture is shaping up. .9 seconds to go. Third down and 8 from the 48. Two receivers near right, 2 far left. Shotgun. Kelly drops back, looks to his right. He's flushed out of the pocket. Ball is almost picked off by the Blue Comets here on the near side. That was Lane Harvey racing. And now brings up 4th down and 8. Questionable play calling on that end. You would want to at least keep the clock rolling, I would think. And force the Comets to use their final timeout. But now if they break off a great return here with 1 timeout, Comets could do some damage up on that scoreboard. So high snap, almost botched and almost blocked. And it's going to go at around the 25-yard line, down to the 23 with 32.9 seconds to go. And the Comets will take over. Good push. Comets almost got the block. Just about but had even better field position. if not back into the end zone. Instead, it's 1st and 10, 22-yard line. So where the Comets will take over. First and 10, ball at the 22-yard line. Bowman, shotgun. DeVoe to his right. Drops back, pass over on the near side. And, a hard tackle as getting wrapped up was Andoyo. Got wrapped up around the throat and pushed backwards. So a completed pass. Comets will use their final timeout. But Andoyo will definitely feel that one tomorrow as he just about had his helmet ripped right off. 25 seconds left, 14-6. Comets down on the road, but again, a very good back-and-forth ball game. In fact, we did a survey on the Twitter page, and 60% of those who voted predicted Coffeyville winning this one. You didn't mention the KPI in their score predictor machine that they have where you can punch in the different high schools, had this as a 40-16 final in favor of Coffeyville. Coffeyville at 3-3, traveled all the way out to Great Bend to begin the season. I sat there and I scratched my head, and I even talked to one of their assistant coaches, and I said, why? Why Great Bend? And he shrugged his shoulder and said, well, they come here next year. I guess that's one way of looking at it. So now 2nd down and 5, ball at the 28 from the 25. It's going to be 2nd down. Comets need a first. Bowman, low snap, and bobbled it, and throws it, or is get thrown down to the ground. Clock will roll to the 18. Coffeyville is going to keep the clock running. Chanute, they show no interest at all of rushing back to the line of scrimmage. 9 seconds to go. Coffeyville is not going to call a timeout. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and that is going to do it as we go to halftime with our score, Chanute 6, Coffeyville 14. So great ball game that we have going on here, and glad to have you here with us. Let's go ahead and take a 3-minute timeout as the Chanute Blue Comets, again, here at halftime, trail the Field Kinley Golden Tornado by a score of 14-6. So let's go ahead and throw it back to the studio for a 3-minute timeout. Come back with your halftime stats and analysis, and we will get you scores from around southeast Kansas. Here at halftime, the Blue Comets trail Field Kinley 14-6. You're listening to coverage of Chanute Blue Comet football on 1460 AM and KKOY.com and watching on YouTube.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back here on 1460 AM, KKOI.com, as well as on our YouTube streaming channel. At half, our score is Coffeyville 14, Chanute 6. Both teams began their opening drive with a 3-and-out, and then Coffeyville was able to drive the length of the field to get the first touchdown of the ball game after a pass on the near side. His few broken tackles got it open for a 20-yard run. Then Chanute was able to answer on their not offensive drive, but their defensive drive. After, again, their offense struggled, they turned it over, and then Coffeyville, right on the first play off that, turned it back over to Chanute, and they run into the end zone off the pick six. The extra point was partially deflected, and it was 7-6, that decision. After, again, a couple of plays back and forth, the Comets then get the ball back, driving, turn the ball over, and the Fields Kenley Golden Tornado were able to run the ball into the end zone. Extra point good, and that is it for the scoring here, 14-6. But, again, this has been a very good ball game, which may be surprising to some who are listening and or watching. This has been everything that we expected. It's been Coffeyville with their speedsters outrunning Chanute, and Chanute has been the team that we've seen them, and that is they have not gotten into a rhythm. But we've seen flashes of them getting into there. They just have not been able to execute and finish in those first few drives. And again, you take away from points off turnovers, and this is still a close ball game. So it's not like those turnovers are the deciding factor of this one. This is just right now the skill of Coffeyville outmatching the inexperience of Chanute. And I still believe watching this game, especially some of the holes that were opened up by the Blue Comets, if they can hang in here, they're getting good pushes, and they are getting great looks on the defensive side that they're going to contain. You know that Coffeyville's going to get – their runners are going to get the yardage. That is without a doubt. But now we've seen on two separate occasions where the defense for Chanute was able to stop Coffeyville, and part of that was due to Coffeyville also not doing themselves any favors with the botched snap and really some questionable quarterback running. And that, again, that comes with the sophomore quarterback. You're going to take that. Instead of throwing it away, he tried to make something happen with his feet, ran out of bounds instead of throwing the ball away, and ended up throwing his team not just out of the red zone, but really out of any manageable territory. So that being said, the Comets, they're not overmatched. They are not being overpowered. They have just not been able to take advantage of the opportunities given to them. And likewise, we've seen now 3 turnovers for Chanute, 1 taken for 7 points on the board. Ty Bowman has been great at the quarterback position, but he's also left some hangers up there. The 2 interceptions went right through his intended receiver's hands. Now we've seen the receivers as well not catch the ball. So those are easy fixes. Those aren't like catastrophic overthrowing everyone and missing the target badly. These are just little minor things that you catch a ball here or don't turn it over there. We could be having a completely different ball game right now. But it is 14-6, our halftime score here at Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Coffeyville. And the Comets only down by 1 score, a touchdown and 2-point conversion in the second half, as long as they, again, don't break with those speedsters and I call them speedsters because there's just a trio of them and they're so fast. Logan, Herring, and Kelly, the receiver, runner, and quarterback, you keep them in check and there's no one else that's going to hurt you. no one else has really stepped up from Coffeyville and hurt the Blue Comets. They're very much in this game. The next 24 minutes, are going to be critical. I would say the next 12 minutes are going to be more critical because first, before you get to that fourth quarter, you got to play the third. And as long as they are either tied or within one score, this fourth quarter finish could be quite the fury. Too many turnovers, some ill-advised penalties for Chanute. I don't agree with the Matt DeVoe. The tackle where the quarterback ran out on the sideline, it was fourth down, and DeVoe was finishing the play. It wasn't like it was a bang play. I don't agree with it. I understand why it was called. I don't agree with it, but that's me with my Blue Comet shades on. And again, the turnovers, they've got to take care of the ball better. Penalties, haven't been that big of an issue. They've come at inopportune times, but it's not like those have really killed any drives or thrown the Blue Comets out of any non-rhythm. So still, work can be done. The Comets are not out of it. They are still very much a part of this ball game, and they just need to take care of the ball and make some magic happen for them. And that's bad part too. Whenever you're a 2-4 team entering into week 7, and you haven't had those breaks, you haven't had the ball bounce your way, you haven't gotten the calls. You've got to take control of that and be in control of your own destiny. And the Comets are not used to doing that. So we are at halftime, where it is 14-6, Comets trailing the Golden Tornado here on their homecoming night. Let's go ahead and step away for another 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll get you score updates from around the area and get a better look at district play and how things could be shaking out. Again, the score, 14-6, Chanute trailing Coffeyville here at halftime. It's going to take a 3-minute timeout. Back more with Chanute Blue Comet football on 1460 AM.
One minute left. Thirty seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back here on 1460 AM, KKOI.com, and watching on our YouTube stream. Just search Chanute Radio, and you'll see the live broadcast that we have going of the Field Kinley Golden Tornado Marching Band doing a great job out there with their formations. We're at halftime, 14-6, the score. Let's get you some halftime score updates from across the area. One of interest for Chanute and Coffeyville. Independence leading Labette County narrowly 14-6 is the last reported score at halftime. Other score updates of area interest: Columbus leading Baxter Springs 15-8. Thought Columbus might be running away with that one more. Galena just a bit before halftime leading Cherryville 40-0. Frontenac all over Parsons 42-0. Humboldt at halftime, Humboldt was actually trailing Erie 8-6. Humboldt has since then taken the lead. That is a very tight ball game there. Frontenac, as we mentioned, all over. St. Mary's Colgan 45, Yates Center 0. Pittsburgh 20, Bonner Springs 8. Now remember, Pittsburgh left the SEK League for this very reason. They wanted to play tougher opponents. They wanted to have more quality opponents that prepared them for district, and it looks like that gamble has paid off for them. Let's see here. Riverton, let's see. Let's go back here. Still zooming up here. Fredonia in the third quarter, leading Neodesha 14-7, grabbing the lead back. St. Paul 44, Marmaton Valley 8. As mentioned, Humboldt regaining the lead over Erie 14-8 in the third quarter. Jayhawk Lynn over Northeast 44-0 at half. Anderson County trailing Girard 48-0. And that is the scores from around the area. So the big implication is the Chanute Blue Comets and Coffeyville Golden Tornadoes with the Labette County Grizzly and the Independence Bulldogs. Chanute, if they were to lose here today and Independence losing, that would be an elimination game. Winner would at least have some form of hope still alive for the playoffs, and the other one would most likely be eliminated. Done. But we'll wait and see. And then next week comes up with the Montgomery County rivalry between Coffeyville and Independence. And Independence, after all their years of struggle, having put together a nice run here, but they are, I believe, from what I've heard, is that this is the last run that they could have for at least a couple of years, go through a rebuild like how most schools go through. It's definitely Chanute here this year. Going through that youth movement, trying to get more experience and get older. But but Independence needing to enjoy the last few seasons in this one, because next few years could be definitely interesting with the younger crew that they have. And I was talking with one of Coffeyville's assistant coaches just prior to the game tonight, and he was mentioning that they're a very young team. Their quarterback's a sophomore, and they have a lot of sophomores and very little seniors out. Kind of similar thing with Chanute, a handful of seniors and a bunch of underclassmen. You look at Kimberlin and Bowman and others; those are going to be some great talents to build off of for next year, and then a great freshman class incoming next year. And then even look at Parsons. Parsons, too, they're a young group, a young team that's going to be competitive next year. And then suddenly, and then Fort Scott, I can't remember. I want to say that they had a good mixture, so they're going to be competitive. I believe Labette County is a bit senior heavy. Independence becomes senior heavy in losing there and their amounts. So suddenly, the SEK League next year will have a completely different look to it. And will be much more competitive where the teams that were normally on the bottom could rise to the top, and you have your middle ground players there battling for position. So just saying that next year, if you're someone who's kind of bummed out with the way that the SEK League has gone this year, just wait till next year. You're going to have new teams being new leaders, and perhaps even a bit more tighter than what you were expecting. So we're at halftime. 14-6 is our score. The Blue Comets trailing on the road. They will kick off to Coffeyville when we come back as we get ready for halftime. Don't forget, coming up this weekend, we've got K-State football in action as they have a big showdown with OU. Breakfast with the Cats starting at 9 a.m. on 95.3 FM. We'll have coverage of pregame and halftime and postgame festivities. Then here on 1460 AM, a weekend of football as we have college football showdown. And then on Sunday, we will have two games for you. We'll have the noon game and the 3 o'clock game. We'll have the Dallas Cowboys game on Sunday afternoon. So hope that you can tune in there. So if you're needing some football this weekend, keep it here on 1460 AM as we'll have coverage for you on 1460 AM and KKOY.com. Again, score at halftime is 14-6. Both teams are out there stretching. Let's go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll get you the kickoff as the Comets get set to take on the Coffeyville Golden Tornado Week 7 District Week number 1. Winner improves to 1-0 in district. Loser falls to 0-1 and falls. That makes the race to the playoffs just that much more difficult. Back in 2 minutes with more Chanute Blue Comet football on 1460 AM.
One minute. $30. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back here on 1460 AM, KKOY.com, as well as on our YouTube page. Just search Chanute Radio. That way you can watch all of the action here in the third quarter and second half. You can stream either on your laptop or mobile device, wherever you may be listening, or you can also listen on the TuneIn mobile app. So glad to have all that available for our listeners, and hope you're enjoying it back at home or on the road. Hopefully you're not driving in trying to watch this game, because that would not be good. Please focus. Drive safe. All right, so Comets are out there The Coffeyville Golden Tornado are out there. Now getting ready for the kickoff here for the second half. Coffeyville will drop back. Looks like they're going to cheat up two more. Almost as if to dare Chanute to not kick it directly at him. Could just try to boot it over their head. Rebus definitely has the leg strength. And I was thinking that too, if called for, and the wind will be at their back in the fourth quarter, would Coach Shields go for a potential field goal? And wait and see how that plays out. But the wind is gusting, and Rebus, we've seen him try to kick 38-yarders in game. It wasn't the length of the issue, it was just location. And this one looks like it's going to be close to an onside attempt. Did the Comets ball's loose? Who got it? Chanute says they have it. Comets are jumping up and down. Did they get it? Did it work? Haven't seen an official ruling yet. And it is Blue Comet ball to start the second half. That ball took an awkward bounce. It wasn't quite an onside kick as it was hit pretty high, but that bounce that it took hit right off of a Field Kinley player. And Chanute will take over at Coffeyville territory, 1st and 10 from the 48. 11:55 to go, and Chanute, they are hustling out there now with a spark of energy. Bowman gets it, looks over to the left, pass complete, good block downfield. And it was Matt Hernandez with the reception, spun out of bounds for a 5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5. So now 2nd down and 7, ball at the 44. Shotgun. DeVoe to the right of Bowman. Man in motion, low snap. It will be a handoff to DeVoe and gets stopped for a 1-yard loss. It'll be 3rd down and 8. The low snap caused DeVoe to stutter, but even if it was a clean handoff with that push that the NATO defensive line had there, I'm not sure that he would have been able to do much anyways. 3rd down and 8. At the 45, Comets need to take advantage of this opportunity. 2 receivers far left, 2 near right. Comets going left to right on your radio. And now it is a screen play. DeVoe shucks off 1 tackle, goes to the outside, 1st down up to the 30, keeps pushing, chugging along down at the 26. What looked to be a 8-yard pickup turns into a, let's call it, 16-yard pickup. 1st and 10 for the Comets up to the 26-yard line. Great movement there by DeVoe to keep hustling, keep moving. Keep the chains moving, keep the clock rolling. 3rd quarter, 14-6. Coffeyville over Chanute. Shotgun, DeVoe. Or shotgun is Bowman, DeVoe to the left in motion. Slot receiver is Andoyo. Bowman has it, turns upfield, moves off a couple of arm tackles, and he will pick up 2-3 yards before being pushed backwards and blown dead as momentum stops. And Bowman is a left-handed thrower, and he led with his right shoulder. Not sure that the coaches still want him to take too many hits like that in his young career, but the good news is he's leading with his non-throwing hand. 2nd down, 8, ball at the 23. It'll be Bowman keeping it for himself again, going up the gut and pushing forward up to the 21, 20-yard line. Pickup of 3 and makes it 3rd down and 5. Trying to get that defense not so keyed in on DeVoe. DeVoe with a big week over Parsons last week. Try to keep that momentum going here against Coffeyville. DeVoe's had some pretty good runs. It's been more hard-earned runs than big chunks broken off. And here It's 3rd and 6. Comets need to get, they don't have to get the first down here, although it would be nice. Just get positive yardage. Bowman rolls out, flips it over. Oh, and it's intended on the near side to Andrew Ndoyo. Underthrows him. Ndoyo had to come back, tried to fall backwards to get it. Couldn't quite turn around fast enough, and it stops the clock with 9:30. Really maybe only the second or third bad throw from Bowman here tonight. And the other two being picked off. This time net results in an incompletion. Bowman had some great throws in that first quarter. So now 4th down and 6, ball at the 21. Now the Comets have to get a first down. Ball tipped up, and it's picked off. And now the NATO have it, and it's down to midfield. That one was not so much on Bowman as much as it was a great defensive stop. Just tipped it up and able to bring it down. So now the NATO will hand off, and they'll get a big chunk running. Herring on the carry, pickup of 6. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Score update as this one goes over to the near side. Ball carrier continues to backpedal. Herring on the carry. And it's going to be a first down, close to 10-yard pickup. Coach Shields on the sideline trying to get his defense's attention. Fredonia up over Neodesha, 20-13 in that ball game. 14-6 here. Snap. It'll be quarterback keeper. Kelly jukes, jives, and then steps backwards over the defense. 9-yard pickup. Defense was completely fooled on that play. Clock rolling to 8:30, and it'll be 2nd down in inches. Kelly think about this. You've got Kelly, the sophomore quarterback for Field Kinley, as he has it 2nd down and short. It'll be a handoff, and Herring lowered his face mask and plowed right into Corbett Kimberlin. It'll be a first down. But you have Kelly for Coffeyville, Bowman for Chanute, and Parsons quarterback are sophomore, freshman, sophomore, respectively. That's going to be some fun quarterback play in the next few years in the SEK League. Now it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball at the 23-yard line for Coffeyville. They are driving. And the quarterback keeps it, but he's stopped in the backfield. Coming up by the Comets. And there on the stop was Dalton Minsner. I believe was one on the tackle. It's either 53 or 63. Hard to tell from up here. It looks like it was 63, actually. So now, after the loss of 2, Kelly throws it over to the side. Oh, almost picked off. Almost a pick 6 by Matt Hernandez. Hernandez was so close to taking that to the house. He had it timed. He had the ball right in his hand. He just knocked it down. Now, some coaches say that's the smart thing to do. Don't worry about the interception. Just knock it down. Pass was intended for Jalen Logan. And now Kelly faces a 3rd down and 11 at the Blue Comets 25. Pass over to the far side, and this time he finds his receiver who gets flung out towards the 24-yard line. All that running and only a couple of yard pickup. You're going to say he's down at the 23, and now it's a 4th down and 9 situation for Coffeyville. Oh, and the Field Kinley player is down. That is Jalen Logan. He got flung by the defender. It was a legal play, but all that momentum mixed in with that hard hit has him out of bounds, or threw him out of bounds. And have coaches around him. Both teams are kneeling at this point, and Logan does get up with some help there from Coach Shields, along with another assistant for Coffeyville. Still Coffeyville facing. Will walk off, and Coffeyville still facing a 4th down and 9. Ball up to the 23-yard line. And now with the wind at their back, we talked about Coffeyville or Chanute trying for it. And now it's going to be Coffeyville trying for a field goal here. I'm wondering if they're going to use this as potential bait. Try to get, nope, they're going to snap it down, ball's up. Oh, this has the distance, but it is no good. Wide left. And the Comets will take over on downs. So yet again, we see Coffeyville drive. They get big yardage. But they have no points to show for it. And the Comets will take over 1st and 10. Ball at the 22-yard line. So a break for Chanute. 7:12 left to go, third quarter, 14-6 our score. Back and forth battle here, which I think has a lot of people surprised that it's been this close. Shotgun is Bowman. Has DeVoe back deep. Handoff to DeVoe. Lowers his shoulders. He had a hole open up. And then 2 defenders quickly collapsed on it. And they lowered down, tried to squeeze right between them, and that little extra effort picked up a couple yards. 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 22. Under 7 minutes to go. Here in the third. Comets have not led in this ball game. They haven't tied it. They had it as close as 7-6. DeVoe on the left of Bowman. Slot receiver in motion. Now wheel back around. And the Golden Tornado, they are not fooled on that motion play. But I think that's the whole point, is you keep running it, have them so focused on your running back that when you do, you run that pitch late and hope that maybe that hole's there to open up. So they're setting up. The Comets are setting up for something with that play. 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 23. They'd run it again, and this time it's DeVoe. Has a lane open up, and he will pick up, falling forward for the 1st down. And swinging backwards. That, again, they went with that motion where DeVoe went backwards, and it was a swing pass in the open field, and then DeVoe grabbed the pass, went forward, and he was actually stopped about 4 yards, but his momentum and balance kept him upright enough for him to pick up the 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36. And it will be DeVoe back over on the far left side, and he has stopped it behind the line of scrimmage. We're going to bring up 2nd down. And we have a score update. St. Paul, 56. Marmaton Valley, 8. So St. Paul winning that one step closer to clinching a playoff spot. Now 2nd down and 10 with 5 minutes left in the third. 2 receivers near right, 1 far left. And this time it'll be Bowman keeping it for himself, and he gets swallowed into the backfield. 5-yard loss. Defense did a great job sniffing that one out. Now Comets in a passing situation. See, McIntyre with the stop for Coffeyville. See how much trust they have in their throwing game. We've seen it pay off. Picked up the first down last time. They need to get up to around the 45. They're at the 30. Comet shotgun. Bowman, bunch set, drops back, has a man come free, chases him out of the pocket, and incomplete. And it brings up fourth down. So the Comets unable to take advantage of the missed field goal opportunity. They'll be punting into the wind with 4:17 to go in the third. 14-6 our score. Coffeyville maintaining the lead. Credit Coffeyville's defense. They have flown to the ball. Now kick on its way, gets into the wind, and will be touched by Coffeyville. No, Chanute. Well, no, did Coffeyville touch it? Let's see, waiting for the call from the official. It looked like Coffeyville may have inadvertently touched it. They will confer. They're going to say perhaps that Chanute touched it first, then Coffeyville did. Let's wait for the official call. And it is Coffeyville ball. They're going to say Chanute touched it first before Coffeyville did. Chanute was jumping up and down like they were getting the ball back. So it'll be 1st and 10. Coffeyville with the ball at their own 45. They've, again, for 3 drives now. Of their drives, 3 of them, we've seen them drive it into the red zone, but then go backwards and not capitalize on points. 2 receivers near right, and it will be a handoff right up the gut. High steps. Back into the ball game for Coffeyville was Logan. High stepping over a couple of defenders for Chanute. Now under 4 minutes to go. Third quarter. Coffeyville with their homecoming tonight. Good crowd out here. Chanute with the well-traveling crowd as well. Now Kelly, high snap, falls down. And high snap will drop him back the 49 of Coffeyville. Coffeyville has had all sorts of problems with their snap here tonight. And it's right at midfield. So instead of being 2nd and short, it's 3rd and 5. And I just looked up and saw the moon, and that will explain why perhaps Coffeyville is having these just oddball problems on the snaps and throws. As a pitch out over on the near side. It's a full moon tonight is what I'm getting at. Now a foot race on the near sideline, out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That time it's Victor Herring on the carry, and it's a first down for Coffeyville. Comets will now try to defend up at their 33. Coffeyville with it, 1st and 10 following the big burst by Herring. 2 receivers far right, 2 near left, shotgun set. Now we'll pitch it, now going backwards. Gets spun at the line of scrimmage. That was Tajon Thomas on the carry, going nowhere. 2nd down and 10. This time ball at the 34. Clock continuing to roll. 3 receivers near left, 1 far right. Kelly, shotgun, 1 man back deep. Drops back, looks over to his left, pumps, now will scramble out to his right, and he will heave it up. This one's going to be short, up, and it is caught by Coffeyville. Touchdown. Great throw by Kelly, great reception. And the NATO get on the board for the first time here in the second half. as they're now up 20-6 with the extra point pending. 2 minutes left. The extra point on its way. Ball down. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Golden Tornado take a 21-6 lead with 2:02 left to go in the third quarter. Back in 1 minute for the kickoff. This is Chanute Blue Comet Football on 1460 AM and KKOI.com.
Thirty seconds. Ten, nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back here in Coffeyville with the Golden Tornado getting set to kick off. Now up 21-6. Still a lot of game left. But the Comets going to have to start capitalizing on these drives. Comets will drop 2 back deep. And they've had a couple of special teams play that almost took it to the house. See what they do here. Low draw line kick. Fielded at the 10. Up to the 15-20. 25-30. Up through the gut again. 25-30. And that is where the Comets will take over. Close to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 with a minute 55 to go here in the third quarter. Listening to Chanute Blue Comet Football on 1460 AM, KKOI.com, and also watching on our YouTube channel. Just search for Chanute Radio. Both teams with all 3 timeouts here in the second half. Comets breaking their huddle. Going to have 2 far left, 1 near right. Bowman will send Hernandez in motion on the near side. Handoff to Hernandez, following his blocks downfield, gets immediately cut, but picks up 6 up to the 39, where it will be 2nd down and a long 4. 20-19 the score. Fredonia leading over Neodesha in that Wilson County rivalry. That's our game of the week on 95.3 FM, Friday Night Football game of the week. 2 receivers near right, 1 far left. 2nd down, handoff. No, Bowman keeps it himself, follows his blockers, spins, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. Needed 4, got 5. They have not moved the chains yet. Now they will move them. Now ball at the 44 with the minute 15 to go, and the Comets starting to get that push up front. Again, needing a score. Keep it close. Keep yourself in the game. Now the snap, handoff to DeVoe. DeVoe cutting up, gets stopped after a yard pickup and gets driven backwards. And Coach Shields arguing for a penalty, saying, hey, either blow it dead or throw the penalty. Did not appreciate his running back being driven after the momentum had stopped. Now equipment timeout for Chanute. 35.8 seconds to go here in the third. Comets with the ball, 21-6. Ball spotted at the 45 of Chanute. Bowman gets it. DeVoe back deep. Hands off to DeVoe. He gets stopped in the backfield, and yet again the NATO have it well scouted, calling the blitz at the right time. 17 seconds left. It'll be third down. Ball at the 40. Comets have to get it to the 46 of Coffeyville. Comets do not appear to be in any hurry to call another play, and that will do it for the fourth quarter, or for the third quarter. 21-6. Comets. Well, now they have 1.2 seconds to go. I'm assuming time expired. Okay, yes, time did expire, and that will do it for the third quarter. 21-6, Comets trail. They have the ball. Third down and 13 when we come back after this 1-minute timeout. This is Blue Comet Football on 1460 AM and KKOI.com. They called. Someone called timeout?
30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, now the Comets. This is an odd turn of events. They called the quarter done. Both teams were on the sidelines. Then they called the teams back onto the field with 1.2 seconds to go. The Comets then tried to call a play, and the two receivers, one on the near left, one on the far right, or near right, far left, they both jumped the count and just lost 5 yards. It's now third down and 18. Swing gate over to the far side and trying to push on that sideline. It'll be now fourth down and 10 as the ball carrier was pushed out of bounds. And that pass complete out of bounds will now bring up the fourth quarter as we switch sides here and begin the fourth and final quarter of play. Try to get you some score updates from around the area. On district night, Columbus at the end of the third, leading Baxter 35-8. They've opened up that ball game. Girard final over Anderson County 55-14. Burlington. Wow. Iola leading Burlington 33-12. Wow. Independence 28, Labette County 6. So Independence starting to pull away in that ball game. And Fredonia still leading Neodesha 20-19. They are late in the fourth quarter of that ball game. So here at Coffeyville, now facing a fourth down. Fourth down and 11. Bowman under center. Two receivers far right. Tried for the hard count. Coffeyville did not bite on it. Now let's see if the Comets will punt. Snap to DeVoe, and this one goes off the side of his foot and just angles it. And it'll be out of bounds at around the 32-yard line. Fourth quarter, good ball game, 21-6. Comets down against Coffeyville. So now, 1st and 10, 21-6. And it will be a handoff. And again, it's the ball carrier, Logan, or Victor Herring, excuse me, picking up 11. So 1st down and 10 for Coffeyville. 21-6. Comets are running out of time. They need a stop. And I know it's so cliche to say, and it's armchair quarterbacking and Captain Obvious statement, but really that's been what has kept the Comets in this ball game. And now here in this late in the second half, threatening to have this one slip away from them. They need a turnover. And the ball carrier continues to push the pile, gets it into Comet territory, up to the 50. Herring again pushing the pile. Going to bring up 2nd down and 5. So 2nd down and 5. And Coffeyville will come set. Now suddenly Coffeyville taking their time getting back to the line of scrimmage. 8 seconds on the play clock. 10:45 on the game clock. And handoff into the backfield. Ball carrier runs backwards. Gets clipped as he left his feet. It'll be a loss of 2.5. And it gets Coffeyville back into their own territory. Why the ball carrier left his feet, I will not know. There was no reason at all for him to do that. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 8. Ball at the 47. Now 3 receivers near right side. And bubble screen. The ball's dropped. And pass will be incomplete. That was a play rushed. Coffeyville trying to catch the defense out of position. Now 21-6. And Comets are going to drop back too deep. So they get the stop that they need. As a high snap. And Comets preparing for protection. Waving it off is the 23-yard line. DeVoe. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Chanute. 10:06 left to go. 3 timeouts. Oh, no, excuse me. Looking up there. Chanute called the timeout near the end. So that's what it was, is they called the Comets called the timeout. I just looked up there, and they have the Coffeyville with 2 timeouts. I looked at home, and I thought, oh, Chanute. No. Coffeyville called the timeout, so they actually only have 2 timeouts remaining. Comets with 3. 2 receivers near left, 2 far right. Bowman snaps. Pass over to the far side. Finds room on the outside edge. Stays in bounds. Clock still rolls. 5-yard pickup. Now 2nd down and 5. 3 receivers near left, 1 far right. Shotgun. Low snap. And it will be a pass. Pick. Popped up. And well timed by the secondary of Coffeyville. Thomas scouting that one. Jumped the route. And thankfully for Chanute, the ball was knocked out of bounds and not tipped up or into his hands. Now 3rd down and 5. Ball at the 28. Now dropping back. It'll be a pitch out to DeVoe. DeVoe trying to run. He pushes forward. Gets it up to the 30. 9:22 and down 2 scores. Decision time for Coach Shields, and he is going to send the punting unit. No, he calls him back. 4th and 3 at the 30. Needs to get to the 33. Comets will keep Bowman out there. He'll be under center. See if they try for the hard count. They do. Coffeyville does not bite. 8 seconds on the play clock. DeVoe drops back for the punt. Coffeyville sends one man back deep. And DeVoe off the side of his foot. Good punt. Has it bounce at the 42-yard line. And that's where Coffeyville will take over. So playing for field position right now and not being a riverboat gambler is Coach Shields. Putting the confidence in his defense to get one more stop. So now double stack for Coffeyville. They get the ball. 8:38, 21-6 lead. Now it'll be a handoff and stopped in the backfield. Great stop getting to the ball carrier. It's Keaton Jensen. Jensen running right to him. That's the second time he's gotten there in the backfield quickly. 21-6, 8:30 left. Coffeyville hands on their side, looking to the near sideline, looking for the call. Now gets the play. Second and 12. And now the snap to the ball carrier as Logan has it. And did the ball come loose? No, they got to stop. Or no, the ball did come loose. A critical turnover. Fumble recovery, Chanute. The ball came loose, recovered, bounced right into the hands of Chanute with 8:03. Comets have not had much go their way. That is the first break for Chanute tonight. Bowman, shotgun. DeVoe back to his left. 1 near left, 2 far right. Dropping back. Pump fake. Now down the sideline. Has the man complete. 10, 5. Brought down to the 2. Pass complete. Pass complete to the Blue Comets. And finally, Harvey with the catch on that sideline. And finally, Bowman comes up with the big stride-for-stride hit. And now it'll be 1st and goal from the 2. Big strike, big hit. And now the Comets up to the line of scrimmage. Clock not yet rolling. Now will roll. 7:55. Tank package in there. Direct snap to DeVoe. Overpower far side. Lowers his shoulders. Touchdown, Blue Comets. Comets get right on in there. And the Comets able to get into the end zone for 6. And now down 21-12. And they have to. Well, no, they don't. No, they don't. They don't have to go for 2. See if they, and they will. They're going to play it safe. They're going to go for the extra point, and Ribas has the wind at his back, and it is angling a bit on that wind. Ribas on, ball down, kick up, and it is good. And the Comets are now down 21-13, able to take that fumble recovery and get points on the board. Back in 1 minute for the kickoff. Comets have some life in this game. Back in 30 seconds, or in 1 minute, this is Chanute Blue Comet football on 1460 AM.
Thirty seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Back here with the Chanute Blue Comets. Comets kicking it off, and it'll go back into the end zone. And that is where the Golden Tornado will take the ball out to around the 25. Listening to Chanute Blue Comet football coverage on 1460 AM, KKOI.com, and would like to welcome all of our viewers on our YouTube page watching live coverage of Chanute Blue Comet football. So they went in with the tank package, able to power their way in, and now the Comets looking for another stop to get the ball back. 7:45, handoff. It's Logan. He has it, and he gets into the secondary off to the foot race. It gets slowed up from behind and back from behind. Comet defense. Again, a huge chunk broken off by Victor Herring. Comets will give up those yardage. They're fine with it as long as you just keep them out of the end zone. You still have plenty of time, so don't want to panic if you're Chanute. 21-13 our score. Comets still need not only a touchdown, but they need a 2-point conversion. Now the clock will roll. And it will be a handoff into the backfield. And swallowed up from behind is Herring. Then the defense getting right after. I believe it was Matt DeVoe coming in on the stop. Matt DeVoe getting right after it. 2nd down and 11. Ball at the 41-yard line, and Coffeyville hustling to the line here. Now look over to the pass on the near side. Good blocking downfield. And it'll be a 1st down. Pass complete to Cornelius Trussell. Right play, good blocking downfield, and sets up the 1st down. Under 7 minutes to go. Turnover is a big factor in this game, and points off turnovers. Both teams have been beneficiaries of that. The youthfulness of these two teams on display, but yet only a 21-13 margin for Coffeyville. I think that takes. I think a lot of people had this game as much larger margin at this point. And now Chanute brings a blitz, and they hit him in it, and they hit him in the backfield. And the Comets get a good stop, blitzing right up the gut for the defense for Chanute. Braxton Reed, the sophomore. 2nd and 11, a loss on the play, ball at the 45. And again, Coffeyville, you get a sense of them panicking perhaps a bit. 2 receivers near right, man in motion. It'll be a pitch out to the man in motion who bounces off his own lineman, and he falls down. It was a pitch back to Cameron Wilson, pitched it back to him, and he got tripped up by his own offensive lineman. And now the clock rolling to 6 minutes, 21-13. And you get a sense here, Coffeyville, they're trying to calm down, but things not going their way. Kelly, shotgun, 3 receivers near right, 1 far left. Comets will bring the house, and it'll be Kelly rolling backwards. And a big open field tackle, evades 1 tackler, stays on his feet, falls up to the 40-yard line. Logan should have been stopped. Or actually, that looks like that was Herring yet again. He should have been stopped about 7 yards back deep, but was able to evade the tackle with his speed, the little stutter step. But the Comets will get the ball back with 5:30 to go, 21-13. 21-13, the score. Coffeyville will get set to punt. Comets drop 2 back. And a good snap. Good punt, and it'll be dropped at around the 15, 13-yard line, and it'll be Comets 1st and 10 with 5 minutes to go in this ball game, down 21-13. case you're just now tuning in on 1460 AM or KKOI.com, Comets scoring late off a turnover, 21-13. They have the ball back at their own 13. Still a lot of time left, but they have a long way to go. Bowman, shotgun. No, he rolls out, bootleg. He's going to fake the pitch, stays up, and he gets hammered back to around the 4. They're going to mark him down at the 4. He tried to get a little fancy, jump in, pump in. Couldn't get out of the box to throw it away, and it's going to be a huge loss, a 9-yard loss. And it brings up second down and 19, ball at the 4. Now suddenly, Fields Kinley, their defense can go more preventative. 4:27 left in the game, 21-13. Coffeyville over Chanute. Snap, drop back, Bowman has a man in motion. Pass complete! It is over the gut! Here he goes! And he's dancing around, sidestepping, dropped down at around the 50. Tret Bailey hit over the gut from the 4-yard line, gets it up to the 50, and the Comets are back in business. Using the twinkle toes method, dancing around, spinning around the defender, was able to keep going forward to get back up to the 50. Was looking for the outside angle, couldn't get it, but Comets will definitely take that 46-yard pickup. 1st and 10. Shotgun set. And now back, Bowman rolls out, has a man in motion, complete on the near side, up to the 45, and will be down at the 42-yard line. It'll bring up second down and a long 3. 3:47 to go. Comets knocking off huge chunks of yardage. 21-13, and now that missed extra point attempt is huge for Chanute because they have to go for 2 if they score here. But they are driving late. 21-13, 3:30 left. Comets down by 8. Bowman, shotgun, DeVoe to his left, 2 to the far right, wide receiver, slot receiver in motion. Will jet backwards, and it will be up the gut. Bowman gets, or make that, DeVoe gets upended up to the 39-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. And are they going to give Chanute the first? No, they are going to measure it. So on our YouTube channel, we'll zoom in, get a good look to see just how close this is. This is going to, I think Chanute has it. Now the official standing in front of it. How close do they have it? It is within a chain link. It is within a chain link of Chanute getting a first down, so it's only third down. Good news for the Chanute Blue Comets. So still very manageable for them. And here you don't get trickery, you don't get tricky, you just smash it. DeVoe or Bowman under center, quick count, and he does get that push by his line. And according to the near judge, far judge, he's got enough. It'll stop the clock at 3:05 to go. Good crowd out here still for Coffeyville and for Chanute. 21-13 with 3:05 to go, and it is enough for a Chanute Blue Comet first down. Ball at the 39.5-yard line. And now Bowman under center. They're going back to that tank package. And it'll be a handoff to DeVoe. DeVoe trying to slip under a defender, but he gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be half of a loss. Ball down at the 40. (21-13) shotgun. Bowman will keep it for himself, tries to split 2 defenders. He falls forward, gets wrapped up around the waist, and now it's third down and 9. Ball at the 39-yard line. Approaching 2 minutes left. Comets with all 3 timeouts and the ball. Three receivers near left, one far right. DeVoe to the right of Bowman. Dropping back, and he's going to swing it out to the far side, bubble screen, and he gets pushed out of bounds, bounced out at the 32. So here it is. Here's the ball. Well, I don't say here's the ball game. They still have all three timeouts. But it is fourth down. Ooh, what a bad spot. If you're Chanute, you're not happy with that spot at all. But they have to deal with it. It's fourth down. They need 4, and the ball is at the 33. They need to get the ball past the 29.5. Bowman, shotgun, 3 receivers far right. Coffeyville showing blitz. They will get it over to the far side and spun off. First down and then some. So the pass is complete over to the far side. It's Matt Hernandez, it appears. Hernandez with the reception. Minute 47 to go. And the Comets continue to keep the drive alive. Ball at the 22. First and 10. 3 receivers near left. They were down 21-6. Early in the fourth, low snap, pitch out to the far side. Trying to turn the corner is DeVoe. DeVoe goes back inside. He will pick up 4 yards and then some. As it is second down, ball to the 18-yard line. Comets continue to drive. At the 22, up to the 18, 4-yard pickup. Second down and 6. 3 receivers near left. 1 receiver far right. DeVoe to the left of Bowman. Snap. Back, quarterback, looks, pumps, throws. It is up. It is intercepted. It is intercepted in the end zone into double coverage. The corner broke off, went to go help the safety, and became from one-on-one coverage to double covered. And now with the minute 4, Coffeyville still can't run out the clock. Chanute needs to get a stop. They have all 3 timeouts. They have to pull up a stop here if they want a chance. Just felt like momentum was on their side. They were driving. Took a shot at the end zone, and Coffeyville, as they've done all night, have just been able to outleap Chanute. And now Logan has it. Push up to the 28-yard line, 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a timeout by Chanute. 21-13 with under a minute to go. Comets using their first timeout of the half. Columbus 42, Baxter 14. Trying to get some score updates while we wait here with this timeout. Pittsburgh 28, Bonner Springs 14. Galena 40, Cherryville 0, that ball game final. Riverton 42, Southeast 0. Labette County falling to Independence 28-12. So with Labette County being defeated by that margin, as long as Chanute, even if they were to lose, if they're not able to come back, if they can keep it within this 8-point spread, then those points come into factor possibly for a possible playoff chance. And it'll be a handoff and short pickup, about 1 yard, and timeout called by Chanute. Using their second timeout, now makes it 21-13. 53 seconds. Let's see what the Comets can draw up here one final time. It's 3rd and 1. Ball at the 29. So now here's the ball game. Even if they give up the first down, they don't have enough timeouts to stop the clock or to get the ball back. And quarterback is under center for the first time tonight. They're all bunching in there tight. Chanute is bunched in there tight. Defense is in there tight. They are anticipating a quarterback sneak. It is. Now the question is, did he get it? Far judge says no. Near judge says yes. See who's the official spotter on this. According to the far sideline judge, he did not get it, depending on the spot of the ball. And timeout by the official. We're going to have a measurement. And so here we go. And I wouldn't even be surprised with this few chain links as what there is if this is not a first down. And Coach Shields on the far sideline saying, hey, he was back. He didn't agree with the spot, it appears. But it's my assumption that even if Coffeyville was to not get the – okay, they did not get it. As you see on our YouTube page, they are a few chain links short. But even at 4th and chain links, Chanute will use their final timeout, and for that very reason, would not be surprised to see Coffeyville go for it. Worst case scenario, you turn the ball over with 48 seconds to go at the 30-yard line. Chanute can't stop it, and they become very one-dimensional. Best case, you get the ball back and you can kneel the game out. So here we go, 21-13. 4th and inches at the 29 of Coffeyville. So here they go. And we got a good tight shot on it from up here as Coffeyville appears to be going for it. Take a look at this final possible play of the game. Coffeyville is going to load up underneath. Get in there tight. Quarterback Kelly. Oh! Oh, no! A Coffeyville player flinched, and it will drop him back 5. And now this is a no-doubt punt situation. Going from, let's try to sneak it up here. Now this is a for-sure punting situation. And as I mentioned, Blue Comets special teams have been getting quite a few good pushes up front. They've been getting great blocks. See if they can do it one more time here. High snap, and the punter has to go back. Almost blocked, but it'll be off at around the 45-yard line. Bounces around, and Coffeyville will field around it at the 47 with clock rolling at 35.7 seconds to go. So the Comets, after throwing it away in the end zone, burn all 3 timeouts to get a shot with 35.7 seconds remaining. So you're saying there's a chance. 21-13, the score. Chanute with no more timeouts. Field Kinley has 1. Bowman, shotgun, empty backfield. 3 receivers near left, 2 far right. Dropping back, Bowman passes over the center, and it's picked off. Just went right up and picked it off. And that was just a well-placed defense. And that should do it. 21-13. And now Field Kinley, all they have to do is kneel the ball down to end the ball game, and Coffeyville will walk away with it. 21-13 will be your final score as they kneel it, and they do not have to run any more plays off the clock. And the Field Kinley Golden Tornado protect home court, home turf, homecoming night with a 21-13 victory over Chanute in week 1 of district play. And the Comets now fall to 2-5. Overall on the season, and now we'll get set to welcome the Labette County Grizzlies coming up on Friday night, and hope that you will come out and support the Chanute Blue Comets for one final time, at least one final time most likely, with Parents' Night, Senior Night coming up for Chanute. So the Comets fall to the Golden Tornado of Coffeyville by a final score of 21-13, and we'll go ahead and throw it back to the studio for 3 minutes, come back, wrap things up, and have a chat with Coach Shields as his team falls by a final score of 21-13. Had a chance to win it late, but turnovers just at inopportune times catches up to the Comets, and now we'll have to protect their home turf next Friday night against the Labette County Grizzlies. The Blue Comets fall by a final score of 21-13, and we'll be back after this 3-minute timeout. You're listening to Chanute Blue Comet Football on 1460 AM and watching on YouTube.com. Mic test 1 2.
I can hear you. One minute left. Thirty seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Hello?
4, 3, 2,
Hello?
1. It's back to you.
All right, back here on 1460 AM, KKOY.com, as the Chanute Blue Comets fall to the Field Kinley Golden Tornado by a final score of 21-13. Zol Lopez on play-by-play, as the Comets, well, they had a chance, and that's all you can ask for, especially on the road in a game where you seemingly given up the ball in the end zone time and time again. I mean, that's really all you could ask for was literally one final shot, and Comets had their opportunities, and this one I think is going to be the most frustrating loss. But because it was close, and you go on the road here against a good Field Kinley team, it's going to sting more because you were so close, and I think this is a good game to see the progression of which the Chanute Blue Comet program has made here in as we are approaching the end of the second year of Coach Shields, and from the first game now to this one, just how much room the Comets have improved here in the short time. So again, let's first go back to the first quarter. Comets struggled at getting anything going. They struggled to get their offense going. I mean, this is just a second half team. This is going to be a team that is going to rely on its defense to try to get going, to try to get rhythm going, before they can find their footing and confidence. And that's what I think part of the youth of this team, and that's part of the growing pain of this team is that they're not going to come out of the gate and put up 40 right out of the get-go. And we saw that happen here today. But the good news is they fell behind early, 7-0 against Coffeyville, and then they came right back. They got a pick six and jolted themselves right back in it. And then Coffeyville goes down and scores again and makes it 14-6. At one point it was 21-6, but yet despite the turnovers, despite even the miscues and not able to take advantage of the opportunities, they still found themselves in this ball game, and they ended up scoring late in the fourth quarter, got it to bounce their way on a fumble, went down, put it into the end zone, and made it a 21-13 ball game. And not only did they have one opportunity, but they had two chances. And tip of the cap to, I don't want to say that Chanute lost this game, because that's not fair to this young, talented Coffeyville team, that they have some tremendous skill players that are going to be fun to watch in the next few years as they grow and mature. It's Coffeyville was not without their faults, but they were able to withstand that second push by Chanute late in the fourth quarter, and they came away with picks. And I know people will look at the Chanute Tribune or go back and listen to this game or watch this game, and they'll want to pin it on Ty for the quarterback play, but I don't think – I mean, really, there was maybe one or two that you could say, ugh, probably want those back. But of the other ones, that's just well-played defense. They well scouted them. They had a man spying on them, it seemed like, the entire time. So it was great to see Ty, though. He had the big completion down the sideline that set up that late fourth quarter touchdown. It was finally see him finally connect on a deep ball. He made some good throws. There was a couple just drop passes. So, there's different areas of this game that you're going to go back and you're going to watch on game film, or you're going to watch on the YouTube channel, and you're going to say, oof, you get to have this go your way, or you make this assignment, or you take advantage of this field position, and maybe we're talking overtime right now. But the fact of the matter is, it was Coffeyville. They came up with they came away with over 5 takeaways in this ball game, and able to shut down the Blue Comets. So because the Comets did rally late, gosh, this probably since the Iola game, maybe you want to say, and they were on the opposite end of that one where they shut down Iola with the interception of their own. But yet here they were intercepted against and had their stuff all ended, or had their game ended on that. So they're on the receiving end of that, and it's just something to grow from. But again, because of how close this was, and perhaps the importance of this game and having a chance to get the one big leg up on district play, that this one does sting. And now next week becomes even critical with Labette County coming to town. And now we welcome here into the broadcast booth Coach Shields. Coach, this one I was mentioning this one with the loss. I know every loss stings, but this one has to hurt even more. Not having just one chance, but 2 chances late in the fourth quarter in Coffeyville territory to try to force overtime.
Yeah, like I said, all losses are tough. I thought our kids, I couldn't be more proud of our kids. Our kids just they played their tails off. They gave everything they had, and they some days it's it's just not your day.
I think that's the best way to put it, because it seemed like here at this game, nothing was going the team's way, whether it was the ball bouncing or maybe a call. But yet they continue to grind and they continue to push, and that's all you can really ask for in those type of scenarios.
Yeah, I thought, like I said, our kids just played and gave outstanding effort. I thought our defense, I'm sure we gave up a lot of yards, but they did a good job. The name of the game is points, and they buckled down and made some big stops when they need to, and got some turnovers, and actually got a score for us, which was huge, kind of get us on the board. And so we just we got to execute better on offense, and whether it's number one, we got to take care of the football. Number two, penalties, things like that, and just again, Coffeyville, give them the credit, and their kids, made some plays there. But I couldn't be more proud of our kids. I can't say that enough. Our kids just they gave it everything they had, and I'm just very proud of our kids and our effort tonight.
It really seemed like coming into this game, especially on the road against Coffeyville with as much speed as what this team has, it was very critical to not fall behind early on, because if you get into a foot race with them, you're going to lose that one. I can't really think of anyone in the SEK League that's going to go into a foot race with this team and win, but yet they go out, they score first, and then your defense responds with that pick six. How big was that to settling down the team and reboosting their confidence?
Oh, it's huge. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Kite and Jansen got the tip, and Lane made a great job at catching the ball and then getting in the end zone, and that's huge. Anytime you can score on special teams or defense, that's a huge momentum swing, and especially when you're down, to kind of get us back in the game. And we weren't moving the ball very, very well. We had moved the ball okay on offense. We just had a couple of good drives going, and then we just we had the fumble before that. That's what it was. And so that kind of gets you back in and kind of re-energizes everybody and says lets you know, hey, we're in this.
Going into halftime down 14-6, Coffeyville was then able to go down the yards, and at that point they were just they were working the corners, they were swinging them out, able to get those edges open to run. What was your message to the team at halftime, down 14-6? Because seemed like whatever that message was, it seemed to be well received.
Well, our big message was we just execute on defense, and then offensively we tried to address some issues. We'd gotten some third and long situations, and then we were doing a very good job picking up the blitz, and so just getting our pass protection set and making some adjustments on the O-line, and so we could throw the ball a little bit better in the second half. But again, just the credit goes to our kids for battling and playing hard, and like I said, getting the turnover on the opening kickoff of the second half was huge. We weren't trying to kick it necessarily that that high, but getting that chip and getting the ball bounce our way was huge. We just got to capitalize on it, and we just unfortunately weren't able to do that offensively.
I think we saw again. We'll go back here whenever he's a senior, but we'll see that progression of Ty Bowman. Again, I even though there was quite a few interceptions here tonight, a lot of that was just very well defensive scheming brought on by the Golden Tornado. It seemed like they had someone spying him during each of those interceptions.
Well, Ty, he is young, but he knows he's got to play better. I mean, and he knows that. And he'd be the first one to tell you that. And I guarantee you there's not a guy in that locker room that's hurting more than – I know everybody's hurting. Don't get me wrong. Everybody's hurting, but nobody's hurting more than Ty. And he knows he's got to play better. But at the same time, we got to rally around him, and we got to help. When the ball does hit us, we got to catch it, and we got to protect better. There's a lot of times we're not able to catch and throw, or we've got to be able to get to the perimeter when we're trying to run our sprint out. I thought we had 2 good sprint out opportunities in the first half. Those first 2 picks, and we're just not able to get to the edge because we're not attacking it. The edge with our protection, and so he's got to try to set his feet and flip his hips and throw, and that's tough. And then you're throwing across your body, and it's just tough. But he's got to play better, and he knows that. But Ty, we're going to win a lot of games over the next, like I said, I keep saying it, and we want it to be sooner and later, and we want it now for these seniors. But he's going to win a lot of games, and he's going to get better, and we just got to rally around him. And the kid's tough mentally, so I'm very confident he'll bounce back, and he'll have a good week of practice and a big game for us next week.
Especially if anything, I thought it was great to finally see him connect on that deep throw there in the fourth quarter. It seemed to it not only it set up that potential to be within one score. It seems like throughout the season we've been seeing that play, and it's just been there. It's been within fingertips, and then here tonight it finally actually connected. So if there's one positive, perhaps you use that to use that for the confidence heading into the final 2 games.
Yeah, we tried it earlier in the game, and it was there. We tried the little hitch and go to lane, and it was there, and we just couldn't quite connect on it. And then we had the naked, the boot. Earlier it was wide open, and we just kind of missed on that. And a lot of it's for him. He's just got to get his feet set. He's got to have confidence in his protection. He's got to get his feet set and drive the ball, so he can drive the ball. A lot of times with him, it's a lot of it when you go back on film. A lot of it's footwork. His feet aren't really set, so he's not getting everything on the ball, I'll say this: a lot of times his reads are right. That's the good thing is he usually knows where to go with the ball. It just kind of comes down to footwork and execution, and then hitting that hitch and go. Like I said, we finally connected on that hit lane, and then I thought he made a big time throw down the middle of the field to Tret Bailey, coming out of our end zone. On I think either second or third and long, and out of our end zone, we covered at least 50 yards. I thought that was a big throw and catch for us as well.
Now, Independence did defeat Labette County, so next week Labette. Don't remember off the top of my head, but it was within. I mean, the same thing here. It was within 13. Well, actually, they maxed out the points on that side, but still, points being aside, Labette County and Chanute now 0-1, and someone's going to be fighting for a chance to at least have the hope to sneak into the playoffs, possibly in Week 9, and someone on the opposite end, their season's most likely done. Following that game, they're not going to have any chance to make the postseason. But anytime with Labette County, they've got a new coach in, the new system. This is a spread out. You got 2 spread offenses. This could be an offensive showcase coming to town for senior night.
Well, we'll see. Labette County, they're a good football team. Coach Price is doing a good job. It's his second year. They've got some veterans. They got some guys a lot of guys back that played for them last year, and so I know they're gonna come ready to play. And especially 2 things. After losing tonight, I know they're gonna come back hungry, just as we are. And then based off last year's, I'm sure he's gonna. They're gonna be. We beat them Week 9 down at their place on their senior night. I'm sure they're going to be looking to get that revenge, and so we know it's going to be a good hard-fought game. We'll be ready to roll.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll see you next Friday night at home.
Thanks, Zol. Appreciate it.
That's head coach Chris Shields as the Blue Comets fall to the Fields Kinley Golden Tornado by a final score of 21-13. Thank you going back to the studio to Melissa for pushing the buttons and making sure we're on the air. And thank you to all those who sponsor this broadcast to make sure that it is on the air on 1460 AM, KKOI.com, and also on the YouTube channel. So one final time, I'm Zol Lopez, and you've been listening to Chanute Blue Comet Football here on 1460 AM. Comets fall 21-13. We'll see you at senior night next Friday night at the Cosmosphere in Chanute. Hope to see you there. On behalf of everyone who made this broadcast possible, I'm Zol Lopez, and you've been listening to Chanute Blue Comet Football. Good night.